Hi, podcast listeners. This is Leslie Law, your host for Sandbox Radio. This episode, Back to School, was recorded at ACT Theater in Seattle on September 8th, 2014, and featured special guests Steve Scher, meteorologist Cliff Mass, and music from Modern Angels. Interested in supporting Sandbox Radio? Visit us online at sandboxradio.org to make a tax-deductible donation, and join us for our last live show of the year, Epiphany, coming up on December 29th. Get details and buy advance tickets at acttheater.org. And now, let's go back to school.
Sandbox Radio, we'll stay all day. In the backyard we'll play. Jump into our sandbox.
We build castles and kings, words become things.
Sandbox Radio. Sandbox Radio.
Sandbox Radio! Coming to you live from ACT Theater in the heart of downtown Rain City, Seattle. In tonight's episode, new plays from Scot Augustson, Vincent Delaney, Beth Peterson, and Wayne Rawley. PSAs by the brilliant Elizabeth Heffron. The weather report from meteorologist Cliff Mass. The penultimate episode of Markheim by Paul Mullin. A story from special guest Steve Scher. And musical guest Modern Angels. Radio players and music from the Sandbox Radio Orchestra, led by Jose Juicy Gonzales. So, sit back and relax as we take you into the world of Sandbox Radio Live.
Sandbox Radio.
Good to see your ugly mug.
You crazy old battle axe. How goes the battle?
See for yourself.
Oh, they're out for blood.
God help us all.
You've signed up for another tour of duty.
As did you, English. As did you.
The war's not over.
Some might say it's only just begun.
It's gotta be Walker with that newbie. Who's the new recruit?
Part-time speech.
It's a pleasure.
Walker, what have we told you? You don't befriend the newbies.
Don't get attached.
They won't last long. It's cruel for both of you.
Oh, I don't know. This one has spunk.
That's right. I can handle it.
You may think you have what it takes, but until you have stared the enemy in the eye and said, "Is that all you got?" you can never know if you're ready.
Until you can make them cry and piss themselves with a single look, you just don't have what it takes.
What about that guy in the corner?
Could I have your attention, please? Could I have your attention, please?
Holden? He's shell-shocked.
He's got tenure. He's just here for the
I'm in
benefits.
charge! You heard me? I'm in charge!
But if he's still alive, there's hope for me, right?
Listen here, grunt. Holden hasn't seen the front line in a decade.
Not since '02.
Not since '02!
Give me back my chair! I need my chair! How do you expect me to teach without my chair?
He stays holed up in the teacher's lounge.
Teaching online, which is only contributing to the problem. E-learning, bloody bane of my existence.
Teaching online is a viable option.
Maybe in peacetime, but we are fighting a war!
Peterson, this is exactly why most people find your tactics extreme.
You too, Kraft? Of course, you English teachers see online teaching as a valid method of combat. You're all heady. Your brains are all cloudy with poetry and flowers. You don't get down in the trenches, where it's bloody, where it's emotional.
God, Peterson, you are so dramatic.
It's my job! No one knows what a drama teacher faces at the community college level. No one!
We all have it tough.
Are the students in your classes given the permission to act out their crazy? I say no, sir. Do counselors send you the students that act out in their classes because they think it'll be good for them to get out some of their aggressive energy? I say no, sir. We're the only students to ever be expelled and arrested on campus in every single one of your classes. I say no, sir. No, sir.
Stevens, you were supposed to hold down the humanities building.
They've infiltrated. We had to retreat.
Oh, to cover. Oh, they've got the building surrounded.
Newbie, you wanted to show your mettle. Cover that weak spot.
What weak spot?
You are green.
All I see is a few lost souls looking for direction.
Yeah, you think you can stop there? You think you can end it at the appropriate point?
Before they get too needy, before they take over your soul.
Yeah, I got this.
No! It's a suicide mission!
She wanted to prove her grit.
Show us you've got what it takes, recruit.
I'm a homeschool student with no social skills. I need you to be my substitute parent.
I'm a running start student who doesn't want to be here. You better not upset me or I will complain to your dean.
Neither of these are mature adult ways to approach the situation.
Wipe my butt for me.
Entertain me.
Maybe we could set you up with a counselor.
We want it now. We were told we could have whatever we wanted whenever we wanted it, and we want it now.
Didn't sign on for this. I'm only part-time.
Oh, it's a massacre! I need to go in.
Oh, she's lost now. Save yourself.
You were right. The system has failed. The system has failed us all.
How could you let that happen?
Sacrifices are necessary.
We may lose a battle, but we can still win this war.
Have you no compassion?
Oh, that's how they get you.
Don't let them see you feel. It makes you weak.
There's news from admin. They're sending us in.
Did we get the reinforcements?
We're still waiting for policy to be enforced from 5 years ago.
It's an impossible situation. We can't win. It's hopeless. I quit. I want to be in the private sector.
Pull yourself together, Walker. We need every able body.
We can't let the enemy win.
But who is the enemy? When you're in the middle of the battle, all you see is people attacking you. But if you're able to take a step back at what's causing the war...
Sociology, right?
You know I'm sociology. How many times do I have to get published to get some recognition around here?
This is not about professional ego, Stevens.
I bet you'd like to form a committee.
Strategize.
Come up with overall objectives.
Strive for a long-term course of action.
It's a start.
No, it's time for guerrilla tactics.
What do you suggest?
We take them out. We take them all out. Start all over.
You can't be serious.
It's us against them. Troops, prepare for battle!
Wait! I have a mole. Someone who has infiltrated the other side. Oh, Carter, come on in.
You.
Carter has walked among them. She has learned their ways. They see her as a friend.
It is important to understand your opponent. I know how to talk with them. I can totes negotiate.
Of course you know how to talk to them. You're one of them.
She is a recent hire. She is now one of us.
I will not make a pact with a former work-study traitor.
I sent her in.
A2, Stevens. A2.
I think it's time for peace. I wanted her to negotiate a peace talk. Peterson, others will listen to you. If you show you are willing to work with the students, others will follow. Please just meet with their leader.
I'm against this.
We can't keep fighting forever. There have to be concessions made on both sides.
It may be worth a shot. We're old. I'm tired.
Kraft, we still have fight left in us.
But for how long? How long? Let's see what they have to say.
I can't lose you too.
You haven't lost me. I will be standing beside you the whole time.
Okay, Kraft. But whatever happens, it's on you.
I'm willing to take on that burden. Bring in the student.
This is McIntosh, the student in charge.
Okay, Macintosh. Let's hear those demands.
Sic semper tyrannis! Sic semper tyrannis!
No, not this way. My death should mean something.
Carter, bring in the others. They're gonna want a piece of this action.
On it. Attention students, we've done it. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
We've defeated the tyrant! No one can stop us now!
Let's figure out the flagpole.
To the flagpole!
To the flagpole! To the flagpole! To the flagpole! To the flagpole! To the flagpole! To the flagpole!
What do we do now?
We have no choice. We have to comply with their demands.
The students are in charge now.
Attention, attention. This is the administration. Learning, while still highly recommended, is now optional. If you wish to purchase your degree online, there will be counselors to assist you in the Career Guidance Office. If you find this process is too difficult, you have the option of sending a parent to complete the process for you. Remember, this is all about you.
The following message is brought to you by Treehouse, Washington's leading nonprofit serving the academic and enrichment needs of kids in foster care.
We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting. Oh, cool! We are the champions. We are the champions.
Who's that? Who's up there? Freeze, or I'll shoot.
Ma? Well, Ma, don't shoot, man.
Dude, what are you doing up in the attic?
Going through my old school clothes for Treehouse. Check it.
Take that mullet hat off. You just look silly.
Every year, Treehouse serves the needs of more than 7,000 children in Washington's foster care system. We help youth succeed in school, enjoy essential childhood experiences like summer camp and after-school enrichment activities, and fulfill material needs at the Warehouse, a store where kids can select new and just barely used school clothes and supplies free of charge.
Hey, look! It's my entire collection of Incredible Hulk t-shirts. And Hungry Hippos. And look, my old Pac-Man game. Some lucky kid'll def want to snag these.
I wouldn't count on it.
But donating clothes and supplies aren't the only way you can help. 85% of our funding comes from our generous community for important initiatives like our Graduation Success Academic Support Program. Did you know that only half of all kids in foster care graduate from high school with their peers? At Treehouse, we are working hard to change that and have set an ambitious goal to help youth in foster care in King County graduate at the same rate as their classmates by 2017.
Dude, you know what Treehouse could really use right now?
My light bright set?
No, your support.
Support? What kind of support?
You could volunteer or make a financial contribution.
Contribution? I don't know. I'd have to get a job.
Maybe it's not too late to sign you up, dude.
That's not funny, Ma.
Please help our kids in foster care have a real childhood and the support they need to succeed in school and in life.
Go to treehouseforkids.org and click on the Get Involved button today.
Oh, dang. I miss the 80s.
Sandbox Radio.
This is Ashley O'Gorman, environmental reporter for Seattle's news and information station, KUOW. Earlier this summer, the National Weather Service announced that El Nino is returning this winter, with ominous implications for weather around the U.S. To learn about the impacts here in the Northwest, we are joined by University of Washington atmospheric scientist Cliff Mass. Welcome back to KUOW, Cliff. It's been a long time since we talked.
Yes, Ashley, it's been a very long time.
A lot of people are worried that El Nino will bring extreme weather to the Northwest. What is your take on this?
Well, Ashley, El Nino will weigh the dice on West Coast weather with less snow in the Northwest and more rain over Southern California.
Well, that's very interesting, Cliff. But before we explore this further, let's take a break for an important message.
This is NPR, and I'm Robert Siegel. NPR stations like KUOW depend on listeners like you to pay the bills. So please support this station with your generous contributions. You will never hear commercials on KUOW. Don't be concerned when we ask you for money or provide extended messages from our sponsors. These are not commercials. So please give as much as you can afford and then give again. Thank you.
Sorry for the interruption, Cliff. Now, what were you saying? Oops, I almost forgot. We need to acknowledge our day sponsor.
Today's KUOW Day sponsor is Jim's Carpet Cleaning Service. You don't realize how dirty your carpets have become until Jim does his magic with his hypoallergenic Ultra Green process. This week, Jim is offering a half-off special if you mention KUOW. Check out Jim's website at jimclean.com.
Now back to El Nino, Cliff. You were saying something about less snow here in the Northwest? But before you answer, here is a special message.
Next week here at KUOW, we start our fall pledge drive. But why wait? You can pledge today! If enough of you pledge generously this week, we may be able to short the pledge drive from 6 weeks to 5. So grab your phone now and call our pledge line at
206-543-9595.
Volunteers are waiting, and if you don't call them, they may well call you during the next dinner break. So, get moving!
Sorry for the interruption, Cliff. Let's get back to snow during El Nino years. Less, you said, right? But first, we must acknowledge our program sponsors. This is a non-commercial public radio, so we must thank the local businesses and organizations that make this show possible.
This program is sponsored by Southwest Hospital, your welcoming community medical center. Southwest Hospital now offers gamma knife surgery for arthritic joints. An all-you-can-eat buffet for overnight stays. And double frequent flyer miles for all surgical procedures. Southwest Hospital. Learn more at our website, greathospital.com.
So what were we talking about, Cliff? Ah, yes, El Nino. What is the bottom line of your research? Can you summarize your findings?
Well, Ashley, our winter weather is greatly influenced by El Nino and La Nina and the effects of...
Well, Cliff, we are out of time. Our research department has concluded that KUOW listeners no longer have the patience for in-depth reporting. So our segments are less than 5 minutes. Thanks for being with us today.
No, Ashley, thank you.
Cliff Bass, everybody!
I'm a Markheim, a sort of angel. Markheims are the black ops. We do things other angels can't or won't. The fix upstairs pulled me out of retirement for a mission down in this soggy town. But when it was done, I didn't go back. I had questions. Now I'm walking neutral in Seattle, half fallen, looking for the answers in what we angels call the show. But I gotta watch my back, because things can always get uglier.
Previously on Markheim.
Get your damn dog off me! He's biting my hand
Yeah,
off.
and I'm stabbing you, asshole!
No, Liv, it hurts!
You hurt me, Didge! You hurt me first!
A lanky giant, as tall as Hammering Man, crawls out of Elliott Bay, dripping sound water and seaweed, ducks his bobbling head under the viaduct, and stalks on toward the harbor steps. Above me, demons shriek, unleashing unholy hellfire at him, but it barely slows him down. He's coming right for me. Cousin. 5 burning demons stick to him like glowing ticks as he walks up into the city. Christ, I wish I was dreaming.
And now, episode 13 of Markheim by Paul Mullin.
How many times do I have to tell you that angels don't dream? So understand, this really happened. Take the money and run, Flip.
Where did you come from?
Where in hell do you think?
Sheol?
Whatever you want to call it.
The garden was empty when I came in. I had to have seen you.
I can't tell you what to see. I can tell you that you have to run far. Right now they say they hate the carpenter, but that will change. And when it does, they'll turn on you. Take that money and go. Far.
I have a knife, stranger.
Good, you'll need it.
I'm not afraid to kill you. I've already killed a man tonight.
Goat shit. You gave information that could have been and would have been gotten otherwise. You sold a completely unnecessary commodity, and you got a good price for it. Your hands are clean on this deal. You got paid to be the patsy.
Get out of here.
You first.
I'll kill you.
I wish you could.
I can't live like this. I betrayed my best friend.
Who, the carpenter? He's everyone's best friend. That doesn't make you guilty. The seeds of what's about to happen were sown ages before you were born. What?
You're glowing.
Illusion? Trick?
I can barely look at you.
So don't look at me. Listen. Take your knife and your bag of silver and go.
You're something holy, aren't you?
It's just a glow, Flip. You'll get over it.
No, I'll never get over this. I know now what I need to do. What he would want me to do. You saved me.
Don't do it, Flip. You think if you do, they'll see that you were sorry and forgive you, but they won't. Not ever. You'll be cast as a traitor forever, when without you, none of what's about to happen could have.
I will see him again, won't I?
Don't bank on it.
Goodbye, angel.
Damn it! I open my eyes to find Liv's dog, Black Francis, curled up in my lap. I could see Didge's glowing hand burning inside him, glowing right through the poor thing's guts and skin and fur. Ah, my poor fella. You gotta chuck that thing up somehow or you're never gonna stop suffering. We gotta get you to Sam. He'll know what to do. I look up to the various sniper perches of demons standing guard over the harbor steps, ready to attack anything that walks out of the water, but no sign of Samael Ha-Satan. Hey, anybody? I need to get a message to Sam. Hello? Nothing. Not a demon or angel in sight. What's going on? I pull some plastic bags out of the trash can and make a makeshift leash for Black Francis. Come on, boy. Let's see if we can hunt up some devils, huh? We head up the steeply sloping post alley to the market. We're almost to the gum wall when Black Francis catches a scent and starts tugging me forward. Okay, boy. Okay.
Go away.
It's hunched, hiding its head in a tiny doorstep next to the stairs up to the pig.
Go away, please. I don't want any part of it. I can't keep switching sides. Just let me rot in hell with some dignity.
Demon.
Markheim? No, it's me, the chub that gave you your ticket.
What are you doing here? I thought you were running messages for Sam.
Not since he turned, I ain't.
Turned? What the hell are you talking about?
Where have you been in the last 7 days? Sam's gone over to the fix.
Impossible.
No, not impossible. They trapped him.
I'm glad you could see me.
It's not a problem.
Really? Last time you said you never wanted to meet with me again.
Sue me, I changed my mind.
Hello, Sam. Greetings. Archangel Michael, long time no see. How you been?
Been out of it for a while, but I'm back in the game.
Yeah, Bliss'll do that to you.
How do you want to do this?
You mean the hard way or easy? What do you think?
I think you never learn, accuser!
And I think you're weak! Bliss bloated!
You still like to lie to yourself, don't you, Sammy?
They bliss-boxed him for 3 days.
Oh, holy God.
Nah, he wasn't there. When Sam came out, he was a changed angel. He called his demons and all the fallen angels to him at St. Mark's Cathedral, just above the colonnade on Capitol Hill. I'm surprised you didn't hear the call.
I was sleeping.
Angels don't sleep.
You think I don't know that?
My brothers, my sisters, my kin and comrades, I have had an epiphany. I have seen the light, the glorious light of bliss, and I want you to see it too. You need to embrace this bliss. Indeed, you have no choice, nor should you. Your so-called freedom is a trap and always has been. Even those who fell with me so long ago can remember it if you try, and you should try. Those of you who have never known the bliss of heaven, the demons and the dark things before time, even for you there is hope still. Come over to the fix, and we will fight to fix this world for good and all.
What fight? If he's joined the fix, who's left worth trying to beat?
The waterlogged walkers.
The Nephilim?
They keep coming, more and more of them. But Sam's invented a system for dealing with them.
I thought nothing works against them.
Each angel will pair with a demon and they will patrol in tandem. When they find a wet walker, they will attack with a combination of fire and light. They will stick to the Nephil for as long as it walks. They will consume it completely.
Usually takes about 3 days.
That long?
Yep, and when it's all done, there's nothing left. No angel, no demon, no Nephil. Just a single living piece of meat.
A human?
Full grown and naked, beautiful beyond anything else in the show. Male or female at random, completely raw, with no memory of anything and no sense of where they are or what they are. So every time they burn a Nephil, we get a new human being.
That sounds crazier than I thought crazy could get.
Yeah, Sam's got a new motto.
Things can always get more beautiful.
I'm just trying to get out of town without being recruited.
And go where?
North, to where the water's frozen and the long necks can't walk out of it. Just somewhere until the paths back to hell are safe again.
When do you think that will be?
I don't know. When it freezes over.
I parted ways with the crisped chub and walked on with Black Francis. Out of nowhere, she appeared, like the beauty of the deepest starry night.
Markheim.
Sarai blessings of the Holy One, blessed be he, be upon you.
That's fine, Markheim, but you can drop the formalities.
Yes, Sar.
And who's this big fella?
That's Black Francis. He's got a hand of holy fire inside of him.
Oh, my. I wish I could help you, my little pooch. I really do.
Sar, is it possible you're walking the show alone?
I don't need a powers escort to walk these streets, Markheim. And my business at the moment is somewhat personal. I have something for you.
My ticket back to the fix? But how?
It was all that was left of the Nephil that crawled out of Green Lake after we burned and shined it. That and an unspeakably beautiful human woman.
Thank you for this, but I'm not coming back.
Understood.
So what is it I can do for you, Sar?
I wanted to ask you...
Yes?
About Sam.
What can I tell you?
You had a special relationship with him.
Me? Not really.
Well, needless to say, he's changed.
I hear 3 days in a bliss box will do that to you.
Perhaps so. I worry.
About what?
Having done the wrong thing?
Is that even possible? You're the angel of truth, for God's sake.
I may be the truth, but the truth isn't all there is.
What else is there?
Loyalty, love, happiness, maybe.
Those sound like meat things.
Perhaps so.
I can't help you, Sar. I can't even help myself.
I know. I thought you might, but no, you're right. So long, Markheim.
Fare thee well, Sar Iophiel. Truth is gone in a blink. Come on, Black Francis, let's head back to the harbor steps. I got a hunch.
Markheim! Black Francis! You found him!
Liv! Damn it, I told you to stay away from here.
Well, I had to come back for BF. What's the matter with him?
He's afraid of you.
Why?
Well, maybe because the last time he saw you, he swallowed Didge's hand, which is still inside of him and still burning. Whoa, boy. Take it easy. Liv, go away. I can't hold him much longer if you don't.
He's my dog, damn it.
Liv, listen to me for once. Easy, boy. No!
Black Francis!
The dog bolts down the steps towards Western, and we head down after him. I even think of spiriting after him, but it's been so long that I don't trust my control. I could wind up crashing right into a building.
I don't see him.
Let's fan out.
Okay.
Black Francis!
Come here, boy. Oh, there he is, across Alaskan.
He's afraid of you, Liv. Let me get him.
BF, stay.
But Liv never listens.
Easy, buddy, easy. Black Francis, stay.
He bolts again out along the pier, and without hesitation or even a look back, he dives right off the end. By the time we get there and look down into the black water, there's nothing left but bubbles.
He's gonna come back up though, right, Mark?
Liv,
I'm going in after him.
You'll drown.
Then you go.
I can't. Angels can't go in water.
So he's just gone?
I don't know what to tell you, Liv. He was suffering. If he can die, maybe he should.
What?
I was trying to help him, but...
How, Mark? How are you trying to help him?
It's hard to explain.
Everything's hard to explain with you, Mark. You're not well.
Nope, that I am not.
You're not an angel. You're just another sick freak on the streets.
And so we sat there at the water's edge, one of us hating the other, one of us wishing it was him instead of that dumb dog. Each of us hopeless and alone.
Join us next time for the final episode of
Markheim.
that's the thing to do. Dream while the smoke rings rise in the air. You'll find your share of memories there. So dream when the day is through. Dream and they might come true. Things never are as bad as they seem. So dream, dream. Things never are as bad as they seem. So dream, dream, dream.
Modern Angels. Francis King, Maggie Stenson, Vicki Lee Wellbach. That is Chris Monroe on the vibes. You're listening to Sandbox Radio.
Why did I start teaching? For the money, of course. Well, that's just a little joke. I suppose because I love the children. 47 years later, I still do. Always will.
Look, honey, here's your classroom. We better move, we're late. Hannah, what's wrong? I'm scared. Oh, sweetheart, kindergarten is full of new friends. They can't wait to meet you. It's so scary. Come here. Give me a hug. This is your first day of school. I'm so proud of you.
Mommy, don't go.
You're gonna love it. Trust me.
Well, hello. Who do we have here?
This is Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. I'm Mrs. Peterson. Why don't you take number 17?
See, honey? Computers! You love computers. Is it okay if I just stay for a few minutes? She's a little shy.
Sorry, that's against testing protocol.
Mommy? Mommy?
Sit silently and listen to the following instructions. Place your cursor on the flashing arrow. By clicking on the flashing arrow, you are agreeing to never, ever discuss any of the test questions or your answers as long as you shall live. Any questions?
Can I tell my daddy?
You may never tell your daddy. That's against testing protocol.
Can I tell my doggy?
You cannot tell your doggy.
My doggy keeps secrets.
You will work for the next 45 minutes, at which point there will be a 10-minute break. Click on the arrow and begin the assessment.
I have to use the bathroom.
You will be allowed a restroom break after 45 minutes.
I really have to go.
Test proctor!
Good morning. Do we have a testing violation?
I have to go potty.
Do you really have to go?
No.
You may begin the assessment.
Why did I start teaching? The war was over and there were so many little ones. I remember 40 in a room and not enough teachers. I thought, hell, it's not right to leave those kids hanging. Guess I sort of fell in love with it. 53 years and counting. Wish I could do another 50.
Please stop working. Do not go back to the previous questions. Stand and line up quietly. If you discuss any test questions, your test will be invalidated.
My chair is wet now.
That will not affect your test score. Class, follow me.
Hi, I'm Alice. Who are you?
Hannah, what's this place?
It's the gym. We get to exercise.
Like, do you mean games and stuff?
I think so, yeah.
Hello there, new students. I'm Mr. D, your PE teacher. Who's ready to get fit and have fun?
We are!
Well, that's too bad, because we're not doing that today. Open your booklets and carefully read the testing procedure.
Wait, Mr. D, wait.
Is there a problem, little miss?
You have hula hoops and Nerf balls. Can we play?
Play? Did you say play?
Please?
You know, there was a time when we did that sort of thing. We were healthy and active and ran around and threw balls and so on. But really, what were we learning? And more important, what were we testing? Nothing, because you can't test fun. Now open your booklets and get started. I'll just be over here riding this awesome scooter.
This is wrong.
What do you mean?
All they do is give us tests. They can't really be our teachers.
But that's Mr. D.
How do you know?
He looks like a gym teacher. He's riding a scooter.
Hey, who's talking over there?
What if it's not the real Mr. D?
How do you mean?
Teachers are supposed to be nice and help us learn stuff. These can't really be teachers.
So you think...
What if they took the real teachers and hid them?
Oh man, these scooters are fun. You know what? I'm going for the giant bouncy basketball. Oh yeah.
Well, then where are the real teachers?
I don't know.
Look at this thing fly.
Can I play?
Crazy? You're taking a test.
Then can I just touch it?
Back off, kid. Where do you think you are?
Well, class, how was PE? How were they, Mr. D?
I had a blast.
I hope they worked up an appetite because it's lunchtime.
Yay, lunch!
Let's go see what Miss Julie has for us. Welcome to the lunchroom. Please open your test booklets to the section marked Food.
What? No way!
By eating this lunch, you are agreeing to never reveal any of the proprietary methods, procedures, and business strategies of the corporation providing the lunch. After beginning the lunch, you may not share your lunch with any other student. I will be proctoring you throughout the lunch. Please take your tray and line up to begin.
Let's go.
Where?
To find the real teachers. This way.
Hey, where are you two going?
We have to go to the bathroom.
This lunch contains multiple choices, which you will have to complete in full to get credit. In full!
Come on!
Test violation! Test violation!
Hurry! They're chasing us!
Oh my God! Run faster!
You are violating test security!
Oh! In here! Come on, Hannah!
Where are we?
Welcome to the girls' restroom. Please choose a stall from the available options.
Oh, no!
You will have exactly 6 minutes to complete your activity.
Are you supposed to be in the girls' bathroom?
You are not allowed to discuss the restroom activity. You still have 5 minutes.
Come on, Hannah.
Where are we going?
To find our real teachers.
Can I help you?
I'm Alice, and this is Hannah. We are looking for our real teachers.
I'm sorry?
The ones who actually teach us? The ones who tell stories and play games?
You know, teachers. Real ones who don't just do tests.
We think you hid them.
We think you put them somewhere.
Wait here, please.
What is he saying?
I don't know. I want my mom.
It's okay. They won't hurt us. It's a school.
I don't like school.
We'll be okay.
Children, I've asked a friend to come and explain things to you.
Hi. Please sit quietly and listen to the following disturbing explanation.
I don't know anymore.
Yes, they are. Your classroom teacher, your PE specialist, your art teacher, your lovable lunchroom lady. We've kept them down here for some time now.
We have to let them go.
But I think they're happy here.
Not tied up in the basement.
You could untie them, but are you sure you want to?
Yes, we want to. They care about us. See?
Oh, Alice, it's not that simple.
You're not even a real teacher.
Look, that's the real Mr. D, isn't it? Let him go. That's Mr. D. Let them all go right now.
If we let them go, they're obligated by state law to give the same high-stakes tests that we do.
No.
And their teacher evaluations and job security will be based on your test scores.
That's sick.
Yes, well, the profession has changed.
But can't they come back up?
Ask them, do they really want to? Hey, do you all want to come back up? See? This is better. We take care of them, feed them, do the nasty work for them.
But why can't we have real learning?
Ask the legislature. Now let's go back upstairs. It's time for recess. It's multiple choice.
Okay.
Goodbye, real teachers.
Goodbye.
Why did I go into the profession? I remember every child, every single one. Each one was different, special. I mean, you think this job was easy? Every child has a different way to learn, and you have to find it. That's the joy of it. The joy. Maybe it was as simple as that. I just loved to teach.
Loose together, the spotlight's hitting something that's been known to change the weather. We'll kill the fatted calf tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear electric music, solid walls of sound. Say candy and round, have you seen them yet? Ooh, but they're so spaced out. Benny and the Jets. Oh, Benny, she's really keen. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read it in a magazine. Oh, Benny and the Jets. They're blinded, but Benny makes them ageless. We shall survive, let us take ourselves along. Where we fight our parents out in the streets to find who's right and who's wrong. I say candy and rhyme, have you seen them yet? Ooh, but they're so spaced out. Benny and the Jets. Oh, but they're weird and they're wonderful. Oh, Benny, she's really keen. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read it in a magazine. Oh, Benny and the Jets. and they're wonderful. Oh, Betty, she's a really keen. She got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read it in a magazine. Oh, Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets. Benny. 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 Benny and the Jets.
You're listening to Sandbox Radio Back to School from September 8th, 2014. Missed any prior episodes? Find us in iTunes and Stitcher and get photos, reviews, live show information, and our podcast archive at sandboxradio.org. Now, here we go with the second half of Back to School.
Jump into our sandbox!
The following message is brought to you by soon-to-be nonprofit Scarecrow Video.
Penelope! Hey, Pen, let me in!
Dude, what are you doing here?
You're not gonna believe it. Scarecrow Video's going rogue. They're becoming a non-profit. Fight the power!
Look, dude, it's super late, and I wasn't expecting...
Can I be of service in this matter, Penelope?
No, Archibald, go back to bed.
Who the heck's that?
Look, dude...
I hate to break it to you, lady, but you're sleeping with corporate America.
What? How can you tell?
He's wearing his blue Amazon badge over those silk pajamas. That's not really an insult, you know.
Dude, now, don't freak out.
This is like so totally worse than I thought. Quick, grab my hand. We're taking a cinepsychic leap.
Where are we?
Can't you tell? Back where our love first blossomed. Scarecrow Video, one of the largest independent video stores in the country, with over 120,000 titles, plus games.
Wow. Look, all of our favorite movies are still here. There's Korean dramas, a whole row of Vincent Minnelli musicals, and Fritz Lang. So Scarecrow hasn't gone out of business.
Nope. Great minds that come together are turning it into a non-profit. Sometimes the people win, Penelope.
Wow. Well, I'm one of the people. How can I help?
By donating to the cause. Go to their Facebook page or log on to scarecrow.com and look for the Kickstarter link. Then visit the store, browse the aisles, have a VH espresso, and take a load off.
Oh, dude.
Not something that silk pajama guy can do, is it, Penelope?
Nope. And you know why?
Because he works for Amazon.
No, because he's not the dude. You're the dude.
I'm the dude?
You are the dude.
That I am.
Reignite your love of film and help save a world-famous Seattle resource. Stop by Scarecrow Video in the U District or visit us online at scarecrow.com and donate to our Kickstarter campaign today.
Entropy, chaos, oblivion. The forces that shape our destinies watch as we blunder about within our self-imposed asylums. They are observing us from that unfathomable region. That place from which no traveler returns unchanged, from beyond the box.
30 minutes a day, wherever, whenever you want. Custom content tailored to you and required by law. Your Daily 30.
Time. It has been called the great equalizer. The one thing we are all born with, no matter how rich or how poor. For many, it is often the only thing we have to sell, the only thing we possess of any value. We can sell our present for survival in the future. We can trade our future for solvency in the present. The only thing we haven't thus far been able to sell is our past. But technology is a marvelous thing, and when combined with the free market, anything is possible. But certain restrictions do apply. Tonight's episode, Life Rights by Wayne Rawley.
Hey, are you turning 18 to 34 years old this year? Get ready to go demo. Register, implant, and connect. It's easy. It's the only way to see your free message from the demographic, and it's the law. Regular fees apply, including a one-time introductory charge for free content. Hey, are you turning 18 to 34 years old this year? Get ready to go demo. Register, implant, and connect.
Please sit down, Claire.
Thank you.
Message from the demographic, and it's
My name is Isabel. Should we choose to work together, I'll be serving as your producer. Are you comfortable?
I'm sorry, that screen keeps catching my eye. Is it possible to...
To what?
It's just, I can't really afford to be watching anything right now.
Of course, I understand. I can't turn it off, but I can move it a little. Here, then if you sit this way...
Much better. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm embarrassed. I just...
Don't be. It's not a problem at all.
My D30 is about all I can afford to watch these days.
Sure, that's why you're here, of course.
Yes.
A little extra spending money?
I lost my job last month.
I'm sorry. Where did you work?
The Olive Lobster?
Oh, I love that place. They automated, didn't they? No people. How do you order?
You just talk. The restaurant hears you and your food arrives up through the middle of the table.
Amazing.
Is that something you might be interested in buying? The last day that I was let go, it was pretty interesting.
I'm sure it was. But I tend to be more interested in stories that are more personal.
Sure.
Stories that pack an emotional punch.
Is that a picture of your son? A very handsome young man.
I can't believe he goes demo next week.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
18 years old on Monday. Oh, he gets his ocular implants tomorrow. He's very excited. He's been liking things left and right for the past month. So his custom content will be, what did he call it? An optimum ad experience. It's like they have their own language, teenagers.
You must be very proud.
Well, his implants are linked to my credit card, so I don't know if I'm proud or terrified. Do you have any children, Claire?
No.
I see. Well, do you have any questions for me? I like to make sure you understand the process before you pitch.
Well, I don't, I'm afraid I don't know much about it. Does it hurt?
Of course not. It's a very simple procedure. We make a three-dimensional functioning map of your brain's neural pathways, just like they do when you rent a car. Then, with our contract in place, we extract the experiences you've sold us and remove them from your memories. We digitize and deposit those memories into our imagination bank. And when one of our content creators needs an experience or emotion to add to an entertainment property, they can search our database and find what they need.
But I'll forget the memory.
Not exactly. You simply won't have it anymore. It will not have ever existed for you. That's what you're selling us. Exclusive use of the memory, which relinquishes your rights.
But why can't I just...
Sell the story but keep the memory?
Yeah.
Well, because that would be in violation of our copyright. Being able to repackage, reboot, and repurpose existing stories has made Time, Warmazon, Flickcast, Facebooks the #1 entertainment content producer in all 62 states. Audiences want to know that what they are buying is something someone somewhere has seen before. It gives them confidence in the product. We know there are a lot of mandatory recreational media options available, and we have to stay competitive.
I understand.
So, in order to synthesize value around your memory, we have to employ strict guidelines.
Of course, I didn't mean to...
Not at all. That is exactly what I'm here for. Copyright law can be a tricky road to navigate. That's my job, to help you, to be your creative partner.
What if I see my memory on screen? Will I know it's mine?
You will not. Even if you're told explicitly that you are watching your memory, you won't be able to place it. Once you sell the memory to us, it will not belong to you anymore. Do you wish to continue?
I have some memories of my childhood. I was hoping to sell some memories of my childhood.
Sure.
Well, they're very rich and vivid and unique.
I'm sure they are. Go ahead.
Each spring, my parents would take me to the Skagit Valley Tulip Festival. When I was growing up, that was all just farm fields up there. The largest tulip-producing region outside of Holland. Row after row of red, yellow, purple, orange. Until you saw it for the first time, you didn't realize that rainbows could be grown out of the ground. We'd always stop at this farm stand, the Snow Goose, or ice cream cones. A single scoop of chocolate ice cream as big as your head. My dad would let me order for myself. He'd tell me I could pick any flavor I wanted, but I always chose chocolate. It was probably the only, just a few years in a row, but I felt like I spent my entire childhood in front of that ice cream cabinet.
It's called imprinting. The memories that stay with you are the ones that have most greatly affected your life.
The best part was the ride home. My dad would sit in the back seat and read to me from this old comic book, one from his collection when he was a kid. Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. It was a superhero comic from the 80s that took place in a world where all the people were animals, like they were animals, but they had been,
anthropomorphized?
Yes.
Fun.
Captain Carrot was a Superman like Rabbit, and Pig Iron was this big metal pig. Oh, the one with super speed was a turtle, of course. He was called Fastback. And a rubber duck, a wise-cracking duck who had the power to stretch his body to incredible proportions.
Wise-quacking.
Excuse me?
The duck. You said wise-cracking. He was probably... Never mind.
Oh, right, yes! I think that's how they described him, wise-quacking. My dad, he was really good at voices. He did a different voice for each of the characters. I loved it. He smelled like salt, sweat, and the orange-smelling stuff he used to clean the grease off his hands. He worked so hard. He was always so tired, and reading comic books out loud isn't easy, He could barely see that tiny print, but he read every word all the way home. I'll never forget that. I mean, it's a wonderful memory, very rich and full of detail.
It truly is, Claire. It sounds wonderful. Is your father still with us?
No.
I see.
Would you be interested in a memory like that?
Isabel? Are you Isabel? My name's Hugo. They told me you were my producer.
I'm sorry.
I'm Hugo Boss.
Oscar. I'm with a client right now.
Oscar?
Yes.
My jeans say Hugo Boss.
What can I do for you, Oscar?
I just threw myself in front of a bus. You want it?
Oh, my.
I'm so sorry. Oscar, what have I told you about self-infliction?
Have we met?
We talk every week.
No.
Yes.
I need a sale.
I don't think so.
I ate dog poop this morning. I know what dog poop tastes like.
And you need to write yourself a Post-it note because you come in here every week with that.
I do?
And every week I tell you I don't license that kind of stuff.
Every week?
Here, take this card. I want you to start going to meetings. I will buy the bus, but you have to start going to meetings.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Oscar. Please call that number and get some help.
I will. I promise. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Is he all right?
Some people undergo the procedure too many times, and they get stuck in a cycle of dependence. Abusing the procedure can lead to a certain amount of significant memory loss.
Oh.
But only if you abuse it. My strategy as a producer is to pinpoint the memories that will bring you the largest price point, and us the largest return on our investment.
What about mine? My memory about my father. Can you use it?
Claire, I know it might seem tough right now, but there are other ways to make money. Ways that don't cost quite so much.
No, please. I have others. They must have some value.
They do. That's why you should hold on to them. I'm sorry, Claire. I'm afraid we have more idyllic childhood flashbacks than we can use right now. Thank you for coming in.
I lied.
I'm sorry?
I lied to you earlier about not having kids. I had a child. Many years ago, a daughter. She was beautiful.
I see.
She passed away.
I see.
Would you like to know how?
Yes.
Illness. She had an illness that the whole of modern medical science was powerless to cure.
I'm so sorry.
Me too. If I fall 2 weeks behind on my D30, I'll be sent to occupational rehabilitation. I've already received a first notice.
I'd like to hear about your daughter, Claire. Whatever you can remember.
I remember everything, Isabel. I remember everything.
Let me open an archive.
Kindergarten. First day of school. Remember it? New people, new places. We were finally in school, just like the big kids. You can still recall that heady mixture of chalk and construction paper and whatever they were serving in the cafeteria.
Attention, please. Attention, class.
Mrs. Case was reading to us one day early in the school year. We sat on rugs, knees crossed, listening. We loved her already. Our first teacher. I just wanted to please her. Bernie Kleiman was sitting next to me. I didn't know him. Not really. I just happened to be sitting next to him. He was from another subdivision. We took the yellow bus to West Ridge. He walked to school. So, not one of us. He was trouble. While Miss Case read, the lovely Miss Case, lovely in spite of the acne scars on her face, reading to us in her sweet voice, Kleinman pulled out a straight pin He made as if he were going to stick me with it. I swatted his hand away. He poked near my leg. I swatted it away again. He hovered over my leg. Again, pushed it away. He stuck me with the pin. Ow!
What is going on, Stephen?
Bernie Kleiman stuck me with a pin.
Bernie.
He dropped the pin. I was pretty sure I saw a little crimson on the tip.
Now you both stop it.
Kleinman looked at me.
Tattletale.
That was it. I had crossed a line. A year later, I was in Mrs. Pashwa's class, first grade. She had a Hungarian accent and thick blonde braids. Kleinman was in class too. We had avoided each other for the rest of kindergarten, but he hadn't forgotten. At recess, I was playing with my gang, the pals I had grown up with in the leafy confines of our so-named Sherwood Forest development. But we were a merry band of boys. Kleinman came up with his gang of thugs, all of them from the West Ridge subdivision.
Scher, you and me, this is war.
He shoved me. His friends started shoving my friends, and it was on. It was war. Every recess, we would gather, hunkering down beyond the tetherball courts and plot our strategy. His gang would rumble onto the field looking for us. We would dash into view and then dash away. It was a chase game. They tried to catch us. We tried to avoid getting caught. Because if any of us did get caught by Kleinman's brigands, we'd get a beating. Not much of a beating. This was first grade. 1960 after all, and it was the far north suburbs of Chicago. So there was mostly shoving and kicking and sitting on people. But we had the instincts of the city in our hearts, and we didn't want to get caught. So we ran and hid and sometimes stuck our heads out to see if anyone else had been caught. And if they had, we'd rush the gang, shouting, shoving, until we got our buddy free from their clutches. We were the good guys, the white hats. They were the bad guys, the black hats. I was Robin Hood. Kleinman was evil Prince John. I was Maverick. I was Marshal Dillon. Kleinman, he was a bushwhacker. A dirty, low-down, back-shooting pin stabber. One day in October, Mrs. Pashwa held Bernie and I back from lunch. Mr. Trevor, the principal, came to the classroom.
Kleinman, Scher.
We were both put in detention until Christmas break. After every lunch, we were ordered to come back to the classroom and sit at our desks. I did it. I did as I was told. I wanted to be the good boy. I didn't want Mrs. Pashwa mad at me. I didn't want to be in trouble. Kleinman could have cared less. As soon as he figured out that no one was actually monitoring us, that Mrs. Pashwa was taking her lunch in the teacher's lounge along with Mr. Trevor, he just skipped, went to the playground. Some days he'd sneak back in before the bell. Some days he'd walk by the classroom and stick his head in the door.
Scher, you are a stupid jerk.
Or some such insult that only a first grader could hurl. But I stuck it out. I would take my punishment. There I was, moping at the back of the room, playing with the white mouse, the classroom pet. Mrs. Pashwa took pity on me.
You may go to the school library from now on.
So I could spend the detention in the school library. So I did. And that is how libraries became my sanctuaries, my havens, my forts, my escape. I fell in love with the place. Book after book after book on just about anything my empty mind could imagine. The library was where I learned to pick up a book and start to read, put it down, pick up another. Day after day, I learned to take a stack of books to a table and just read it. Read it until I was bored and then grab another. And years later, during the time when we go through these difficult transitions, during the time when you go from grade school to high school, from playing with girls to thinking about playing with girls, from thinking about the future, college, the draft,
School libraries were my thinking rock. I grew up in libraries. I started to see the grays in the world. I started to see that my ideas of good guys and bad guys didn't always jibe. It was never so simple. When they let me return to recess, it was winter. Too cold to run around outside. We usually went to the gym. There was no messing around under the eyes of the gym teacher. In second grade, they opened a new school, and those of us from Sherwood Forest went there. I never saw Kleinman again. But I thank him now for that pinprick he delivered. He woke me up.
Let's hear it for Steve Scher!
When a star is born, they possess a gift or two. One of them is this: they have the power to make a wish come true. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your little heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dream comes true. When you wish upon a star.
Forest for the trees. Well, some days you can't see the forest for all the blood and tears and heartbreak. They call me Charday. I'm a private investigator who's seen better days, a woman who's given up on love, and I'm a squirrel. It was Wednesday morning and the whiskey bottle was doing everything it could to get my attention.
Oh, good morning, Charday. I trust I'm not interrupting anything of importance.
Mayor Screech, what's a respectable owl like you doing in my tree?
I find myself in need of a gumshoe. It's my nephew, Oliver. He's been in reform school for...
Reform school? Always thought Oliver was a good kid, kept his beak clean.
He started flocking with the wrong feather. There was a string of robberies in the Elm Grove. Somebody fingered him. Over the long weekend, Oliver flew the coop.
And you want me to find him and haul his feathery ass back to school?
Bingo!
All right. You got yourself a dick.
I heard tell he was seen north of the meadow by the old abandoned rabbit warren.
Oh, you mean Scrub Brush Holler?
I believe that's what it's called.
The mayor's nephew shacking up in the holler. Now I see why you want to keep a lid on the story.
Look, Squirrel, Ollie may be in over his head. Will you go see if you can find him?
I guess I could use a case. It's 6 nuts a day plus expenses.
Any sort of nuts?
Yeah, but only an asshole pays with pecans.
Deal!
And so I went down to Scrub Brush Holler.
Hey! Get off the bed, lady!
The holler. It's where the forest dumps its undesirables. Creatures ruined by disappointment and drink. Lives piled high with regrets and best intentions. Somewhere in this thicket of crushed hope and destroyed dreams was a juvenile delinquent owl. Lost, afraid, possibly dangerous. First stop was to look up an old dear friend of mine, Jane Doe.
I'm coming. Hold on. Oh, hey, Charday.
It's good to see you, Jane.
Is it? Is it really? Is it really good seeing me in this little one-room dump on the wrong side of the meadow? Eating crabgrass for every meal when I used to dine on clover and Kentucky Blue.
Jane, are you on something? You seem loopy.
I might have took a little something to calm down. It's nothing.
You want coffee or something?
Love ruined me. I mean, what's the big deal? He had hooves. I had hooves. And so handsome, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Clyde's a knockout. Is he here?
No. He's gone to the store. The store.
Jane,
So he's a horse. I'm a dear. Big deal, I thought. I was so naive.
Morning, Jane.
Hiya, gorgeous. Hey, why the long face?
Why the long face? Because I married the most beautiful animal in the forest, and all I could give her is squalor and shame.
Clyde, don't talk like that.
They all laugh at the way I talk. The only one I could speak foreign with was the old gray goose, and now he's dead.
It's just a little accent. It's charming.
Was thinking about getting a job, maybe something in transportation.
No! A saddle with some damn primate on your back? I couldn't bear it. I thought it was gonna work.
Some folks are still a little uptight about that whole domestic versus wild thing.
A little uptight? They painted farm lover on my door. I lost everything. I had to come here with the rest of the trash. I thought love was enough, but it wasn't.
Nope. Never is. Clyde's not really at the store, is he?
Why did you come here? To mock me?
Trying to track down the mayor's nephew.
Oliver? He set up nest in the dead sycamore by the creek. Him and a pretty little sparrow.
What's her name? This Sparrow.
His name is Henry, or Henri, as he likes to say.
And so I went down to the dead sycamore by the creek.
What do you want?
You Henry Sparrow?
It's Henri Moineau.
My name's Charday. I'm looking for Oliver.
Who wants to know?
I'm trying to help here. The sooner we get Oliver back to school...
School? You mean juvie?
It could turn into jail if we don't track him down soon.
Well, he's not.
Kid, get a hold of yourself.
Thanks. I needed that.
Sure.
Ollie's a sweet kid. He got framed for those robberies, took the fall.
Where is he?
I pray to God he's in the arms of some sweet-talking door-to-door salesman.
But you don't really believe that.
No. There's been a lot of critters gone missing in the holler lately. More than normal. You know Amy, who runs the beaver dam?
I know Amy. She used to babysit me and my brother.
Amy's been looking into stuff, trying to rally the holler, get the cops to take it serious. She says she's pretty sure it's all connected to the old hunting shack. Hey, if you find out something about Ollie, I want to know.
I'll find him. Back when I was just getting started in this lousy trade, I used to do a lot of divorce work. Let me tell you, some fine, upstanding citizens of the meadow like to come down to the beaver dam. Booze, dope, gambling, bit of tail. This is the place.
Oh, Charday! Looking good, girl!
Amy, how's business?
Booming.
Preachers aren't giving you too much grief?
Between you and me and the mulberry bush, preachers are practically putting my kid through college. Oh, Shaw, baby. When are you gonna stop snooping and peeping through keyholes and come work for me?
Thanks for the offer, Amy. I'll keep it in mind. Hey, I'm not just here for laughs. I was looking for Oliver, the owl, the mayor's nephew.
Well, the mayor. La-dee-da.
Heard there's been a lot of mysterious disappearances in the holler of late.
Folks like to talk. A lot of balderdash, if you ask me. Malarkey, hot air, you know, in fact.
Oh, Christ on a half shell, Amy.
Oh, Shaw, I'm sorry. Look, I spilled my milk all over you. Come to my office, I'll get that cleaned up.
Nice office. Knotty pine.
Birch. Listen, the drink spill was a ruse.
I figured that out.
Look, this is all getting too hot. But there's a killer on the loose in the holler. Cops don't care. Newspapers don't care. We're expendable.
When did it start?
About 6 months ago. I tried to do something about it, get folks talking, but it's too damn dicey. I got my boy to think about, not to mention the kids who work the dam. But I keep hearing whispers about the shack.
The shack?
Just go look. Maybe it's nothing. What am I saying? Forget everything. Get out of Scrub Brush Holler. Go back to the meadow. I gotta go. 9 o'clock show's about to start. I love you, Squirrel.
So, I went home, made myself a cup of tea, and read me some Emily Dickinson. Yeah, right. I hightailed it right over to the shack. The shack. Just a big old box made of weather-beaten boards, right? Nothing to be scared of. But the smell. Sweet, but with a chemical bite. I walk. Ollie. Oliver! And the case is solved just like that. It's over. Because the first thing I see is Oliver, the owl boy, plain as day, staring right at me. Oh, no. No. His eyes are glass. It's just marbles filling up those sockets. The poor kid has been taxied.
Hello, Charday.
Mayor, stop! You don't want to come in. You don't want to see what they did to your nephew.
Oh, Charday, you don't really think I'm the squeamish sort.
I've been played. I looked around. Dozens of animals frozen in place. Raccoons, chipmunks, hummingbirds, grass snakes, stuffed. Here's where all the missing animals were. Your Honor, you knew about this.
Oh, yes.
Why did you hire me?
I figured a washed-up drunk like you wouldn't find anything.
Which means you struck up a deal with the primates.
It's simple, really. I give them a steady supply of specimens from the hollow, and they leave the respectable citizens of the meadow alone. Ooh, this is what makes the world go round, Charday.
Well, maybe the whole damn world needs to stop going round.
Why, Jane Doe, why don't you just put down that gun?
Where is he? Where is Clyde?
The world needs glue, Jane.
No!
Jane, you know when I get all wound up, I like to go down to the highway. It sounds just like a rushing river.
Yeah?
Jane, don't listen to him.
And one of the most peaceful things is to just look at the headlights. Doesn't that sound nice?
It does.
Well, why don't you do that then? And then when you've calmed down, come back. And we'll talk.
Okay.
No, Jane! You filthy, murderous owl.
I'm doing this for the good of the forest.
Hold it!
Henri, don't look!
Too late! You killed your own nephew!
He was on to me! He got himself sent to reform school to investigate some kickbacks I was getting from some bark beetles.
I'm going to shoot you!
No, you're not. You're weak. Without Oliver, your short, miserable life is nothing. In fact, you're about to cry, like a worm in the sun.
Ollie! I'm sorry.
Soon, little sparrow, you and the squirrel will join him. Stuffed animals to sit on some primate's mantle. Give me the gun, Henry.
And the kid stops crying, stands taller.
It's Henri.
Give it to me!
Use your anger, kid.
What should I do?
Shoot the damn owl.
Right.
No!
Ooh! Ooh! Ow! Ow! Ooh! Me? Oh! Oh my God! I killed the mayor. What am I gonna do?
We gotta hustle you out of the holler.
I want to give Oliver a decent burial.
We got time for that. So, we got Oliver in the ground, said a few words. I took Henri downriver to a place where they don't ask questions. We even managed to save Jane before she did a little do-si-do with a semi. And the mayor? Well, stop by the beaver dam and maybe Amy will take you down to the card room where high up on a perch, His Honor Mayor Screech watches over the game through his cold glass eyes.
It's really been swell. It's really been great just to be with you on a sandbox date. Oh, say it show for tonight. We'd like to thank Act Theater for having us, and special thanks to John Langs and Alyssa Fire from Central Heating Lab, and the marvelous crew here in the gorgeous Falls Theater. In tonight's episode, the Sandbox radio players were
Eric Ray Anderson,
Sean Bellier,
Lisa Holland,
Charles Leggett,
Andrew Litsky,
Laura Kenny,
K. Brian Neal,
Paul Mullin,
David Natali,
Amy Love,
Peter Dillon O'Connor,
Shelley Shulkin,
Rebecca Olson,
Sean John Walsh,
Catherine Van Meter,
Richard Ziman.
And please, give it up once again for Francis Leah King, Maggie Stenson, and Vicki Lee Walbach with Chris Monroe on vibes, The Modern Angels. And our very special guest, Cliff Mass. And Steve Scher. With the Sandbox Radio Orchestra, Dan Tierney on the drums. Dave Pascal on the bass. Rob Whitmer, accordion and clarinet. And on the keys tonight, assisted by his lovely wife, Lisa Halpern, our maestro, Jose Juicy Gonzales. And I'm your host for Sandbox Radio, Leslie Law. So, Catherine and Rebecca are bringing out our lyric cards, because now's the time in the show where you get to sing along. I think you've picked up the tune. Here we go.
It's really swell. It's really great. Just to be with you on a Sandbox day. Oh, stay true. Oh, stay so. That the show is done. And it's time to go. That the show is done. And it's time to go. That the show is done. And it's time to
Sandbox Radio Back to School was engineered by Christopher Stewart and mixed by Dave Pascal. Our sound engineer was Michael Cornforth, and our stage managers were Susanna Butler and Colleen Nielsen. Keep up with Steve Scher on Twitter and Facebook. And listen to Cliff Mass on KPLU 88.5 FM. And follow him online, cliffmass.blogspot.com. Modern Angels are Francis Leah King, Maggie Stenson, and Vicki Lee Walbach. And that was Chris Monroe on the vibes on Johnny Mercer's tune, Dream. Stay tuned for news of their new CD, The Lullaby Project. See you at our next live show on December 29th. Thanks for listening.